Hi everyone, this is Prasha here, and today I want to talk about your overflowing plate of tasks. I know you have so many things on your plate. You constantly feel behind and you constantly feel overwhelmed. If I had a nickel for every time my clients or people come to my academy, anybody I ever speak to, if I had a nickel for every time they use the word overwhelmed, I would have so much money because it is such a popular feeling out there for so many of us. Because in the last few years, life has become so chaotic since COVID, where the boundaries of work and life are all merged in, all blended and blurred. The where do I begin and where do I where does work begin and where do I begin is like completely lost. We have no time for ourselves, and then we have Instagram and all these apps telling us apparently you're supposed to do more. So getting a master's degree wasn't enough, getting a PhD wasn't enough, getting a wonderful job that pays the bill is not enough, having a beautiful family is not enough. Now you need to also build side hustles, make extra money, travel the world, somehow find the time, and somehow also find the time to have a spick and span clean house, and also have stellar morning routines while taking making sure you have the best sleep out there. Oh, while reading all the books in the world, while connecting with people and networking with them. That's a lot of stuff, right? Doesn't it feel so overwhelming? Does it feel like, oh my God, when does this ever stop being so crazy and so demanding? And when does it start to feel good? I don't know if I know a lot of us here are Indians, probably Indians or Southeast Asians. But in Southeast Asia, if you grew up there, there is a popular thing like just study in your 10th, then you can relax. Then 12th comes and they're like, just study till you're 12th and then you can relax and have a happy life. Oh no, wait, have a good college, and after the college you can chill and relax. After the college, oh, just work hard for the first few years, then you can relax. After the masters you can relax. So we are on this future, I don't even know, like treasure hunt, which just is not ending. And the happiness and the joy and the success and the relaxation and all that stuff that we've been chasing since 10th grade, when will it arrive? And no matter how much we fill our plate, one, we don't know where the light is at the end of the tunnel. Two, every day feels so stressful and chaotic. Is that true? Do you feel like that? And when you see yourself being behind all the time, I'm sure you feel shamed, really, really frustrated. You feel fear that somehow you're still getting behind every on a daily basis. It since seriously is a bad toxic pattern. Like you fill your plate thinking this is going to make me successful and feel good about myself, then you get behind and all it does is make you feel shittier than you did before you got started. And now you have this deep pain that you don't know how to get out of. So you put some more stuff on your plate just to find your way back to this point of fear, shame, feeling frustration, falling behind, and that future happiness, joy, wonderful things that people have been promising you keeps getting away and away from you. Does that feel like you? Please comment below. I want to know. Because if that feels like your reality right now, I sympathize with you. I have all the empathy in the world for you because I was exactly where you're at. Let me tell you a story of filling my plate with a lot of things. And that was not too long ago, only 5 years ago, actually. September 2017 is when we got married in an Indian ceremony. My Mossy, my aunt, and her daughter flew all the way from Australia into LaGuardia Airport in New Jersey. We live in Providence, and this is about a 3-4 hour drive. I remember I was only like 3 years into my career. I was a design engineer. I wasn't a manager or anybody important. But at work, I used to say yes to everything just to prove myself. So I had a plate full of tasks. Then, because of the wedding, I was doing a lot of things in the free time. which in America brides have to put together their whole wedding. It's not a very like others can't help you with these kind of things. So I was doing everything. Then I'm the only one who can drive. My mom can't drive, and so I had to drive from here to LaGuardia and come back and then go to work next day. This was my plan because I was like, I can do it, and I felt such deep commitment to my job, and I felt like if I missed one day, something bad is going to happen. I can't take vacation. I can't slow down. I have to go fast. And honestly, that was a waking moment in my life because it took me, instead of 4 hours with all the traffic and all the mess, it took us 7, 8 hours to get to LaGuardia. All right. So by the time we saw my aunt and picked her up, it was midnight. Anyone in their right mind would sleep in a hotel, but I wasn't in my right mind. I was on the same hamster wheel that you probably are on or have been on, where I was like, no, I gotta go, go, go. This is so important. I have to be at work. People are waiting for me. I have all this big list of things to do, and I need to manage my time well, and I really need to get this done. And so at 12 o'clock, I drive my entire family back from LaGuardia for another 4 or 5 hours. On the way, I almost crashed the car twice, and I end up in at the house about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And at that time, also, I am thinking I am going to go to work, and I'm thinking all the things I need to do this next day. When I've been going on for 24 hours, out of which I was driving for 12 of them. Not only is this reckless and careless and dangerous, but it's a shitty feeling to feel this way. It's horrible to feel behind. It's horrible thing to feel that my worth depends on the amount of tasks I get checked off. Because it risked not only my life, but the life of the people I really, really love. So it really helped me understand eventually in hindsight that filling up my plate with a bunch of things and just running after each of those tasks, just trying to check them off, is not going to make me successful. I'll constantly feel behind. It's just impossible to get everything done all the time. What has to change? What can I change? I can't give up on all the tasks, right? You can't give up on all the things that have to get done. You're going to say, Prasha, come on. Like, I have a job. I really need to get things done. I have a family. I need to attend to them. I need to do these things. I agree. I need to do these things. I need to get good at time management. I need to find more ways to be productive. But something fundamental is wrong with us, ladies. When we have a tendency to constantly feel behind and constantly fall in this trap of we're not good enough, then something is fundamentally wrong in the way we're approaching our life. With 2017 Prasha, something was fundamentally wrong with the way she looked at life. You know what that was? It was this idea that no matter what I do is never enough. It was a core mindset and a core belief that was holding her back. Fast forward 5 years, I really don't care how many things I get done in a day. That's not the point. If you've been following me on Instagram, I do these daily agendas and I am very proud of my productivity. I teach that in the academy, but I don't teach that from a place of here's how you can get the most check marks. I teach that in a way where I first want you to believe in your brilliance. What does that even mean? I want you to be confident about yourself first. Detach your worth from the number of tasks you're getting done, from the amount of people you're pleasing all day long, from the amount of things that are getting checked off. Detach your worth and focus solely on the fact that you are amazing and you are brilliant, regardless of how many things get done. And then have the confidence to say no to the things that don't serve you. Have the confidence to say yes to help and support when you need it. Have the courage to take the day off when you super duper duper need it, and even if you just feel like it, have the courage to prioritize things that are not on the list, like your self care, like talking to certain people, like going to therapy, working with a coach. All these things, you need time for that too. And finally, the approach of a confident lifestyle. You need to approach life confidently. You need to approach this task list, which is always going to grow infinitely. If you do anything of value, today, in today's day and age in America, even if you're not doing anything big, you still have a giant task list. And it's going to grow every single day. The fact that you're alive, this task list is not going anywhere. Infinitely, it's going to grow. But it cannot be associated with your confidence and happiness levels. These two have to be separate entities. And this confident lifestyle and trusting yourself in every single thing you do every single day is going to make this reduce in size, but also reduce in the amount of fear and overwhelm that it's causing you. Because at the end of the day, the list is going to keep growing. It's not about getting through the list the fastest, because it's going to keep growing. It doesn't really matter. What matters is, do you enjoy doing those things? Does that elevate the quality of your life today? Are you good at some of those things? Are you able to utilize some of those actions to move your life forward versus just robotically checking boxes? What I was doing at my 9 to 5 in 2017 was garbage work. Like, it was so stupid. It wasn't important. I was literally just a design engineer. Looking back, I'm like, literally nobody cared about that. In fact, so much so, that week of my wedding, I made more mistakes in my career than I've ever made before, because I had so much on my plate. And I was not ready to slow down. I was not ready to say no. I was not ready to ask for help. And one thing I learned from that week was I can never go back to that place where my worth depends on my productivity, where my worth depends on me being everywhere all at once. I have to slow down. I went on to not only improve my own confidence, but build a life where I went to bed at 10 every night, even when I was giving my TEDx, even when I was building my business. I never hustled. Honestly, I've never hustled in the sense of the traditional sense of things. Yes, I have missed certain, events or parties or weekends, but I have never truly like stayed up all night to finish one podcast episode or stayed up all night to support a client. Like, I don't live that life. I live a confident lifestyle, and I teach my clients to do exactly that. That's the first thing we tackle in the academy. We create a habit kit, then we create a very, very good schedule. We create a morning and an evening routine. We talk about things that affect your confidence first before productivity, because productivity is useless. You're always going to be behind if you're looking at an infinitely growing list and trying to use that as a validation for your self-worth and trying to make that checkbox as a sign of your success. Your success is not in that. I think true success is about being able to create a healthy balance between the to-do list and between you as an individual, as well as the quality of your life. A confident lifestyle. If we can do that, then you can save up to 2 to 3 hours a day, which is about 14 hours a week. That amounts to 1,000 hours a year. Like, imagine 1,000 hours a year you can save. And you can do so much more with that. So today I just want to share with you 2 or 3 confidence techniques that will help you manage your time better. These are the exact techniques I teach the ladies in the academy. Number 1, you want to start scheduling in a Google Calendar. You have to schedule inside a calendar. You cannot just schedule on your planners or notebooks. It has to be digital so you can see it. Including morning routines, including evening routines, I teach something called the zero budget calendar. It's almost like the $0 budget for your money. We're going to budget for every hour of your day. Now, this is not to make you feel overwhelmed, it's actually to create a healthy balance between the tasks that you're accomplishing in a day. Because we're going to prioritize me time first, then the family time, and then work time. Okay. And it's all going to be on the calendar because if it's written, there's 40% more chance it's going to get done. Not only in this calendar, not only are we scheduling to-do lists, we are scheduling the things that you don't think are important today, like transitions between tasks, like rest for yourself, like reading a book, like going for a walk, like all these things have to be scheduled. Because if you keep scheduling just the things that are must do, then you will continuously lose time and confidence. The second technique I teach people a lot is literally, if you have a goal to finish 100 things, 60% is success. You have to define what done looks like. You have to define what success looks like. Almost every single day you have to define. Some days you're going to get 100% things done, some days you're going to get 60% things done. If you're a woman who menstruates, you on the during the period week, you're not going to get a lot done. And you have to continuously redefine success every single morning. 50%, 30%, like 60%, whatever that looks like for you. These simple techniques will help you feel a little bit more confident. Okay. And when I say, you schedule me time, you schedule morning routines, you schedule evening routines, you schedule transition times, you schedule self-care in your calendar, what's going to happen is that's how you're going to create confident boundaries between you and your to-do list. Because now your life is going to be more than just the to-do list. And it's not going to be, oh, when I have time left, then I'll take care of myself. No, your confidence is more important than your productivity all day long. So if you want to live a confident lifestyle, start prioritizing the activities and the things that make you feel confident. Start creating boundaries digitally and on paper, and then start practicing them. And if you practice 50 to 60% of them in the beginning, you're going to start recovering a lot of that lost confidence that was previously attached to your productivity. Does that make sense? You're so much more than your productivity. You're so much more than your career. You're so much more than everything else the world wants you to think. But unless you mentally and emotionally and spiritually get there, you're not going to be able to experience life at higher levels. You're not going to be able to push yourself to higher levels. You're going to be stuck in a rat race where no amount of time is enough. If you want to step up above the rest, then you got to start shifting your mindset and your approach, because that's where magic happens. If you want my help with this, please book a clarity call with me so I can tell you if Believe in Your Brilliance Academy is for you or not. There's only 4 months left in the year, just 4. And what would your life look like on the other side of these 4 months if you utilized 12 weeks from that 4 months to believe in your brilliance and to develop for yourself a customized, confident lifestyle where you're never behind on tasks again? And even if you are, you know how to deal with it so much better than you do right now. If you know a friend who can benefit from these weekly trainings, make sure you send them the link to this Facebook group and please book this call. We are so excited that you're here. I am truly honored to serve you in this capacity, and I'll talk to you soon.